last nail. And this is day 3 of our trip for Keeli and I. And we've made it up to Carmel. So Friday we took the flight from Denver to Los Angeles. And we went to downtown Disney. And we went up to Silmar to see my brother. And then we went out to stay in Simi Valley. So yesterday, Saturday, and that would be October 25th. You know, I had mentioned in a previous video the reason why we were out here. It's kind of twofold. We went to a celebration of life for my former wife, Janelle Marie Nicholson Edwards. And that was just lovely. We had as great of a time as we possibly could. And then we drove and got up to Santa Maria, California, stayed in a motel up there, and now we've gotten up to Carmel, and it's about 12:30. And my wife, being Catholic, I said, the first place we would go would be the Carmel mission, and that's where we're at right now. Now, the significance of the Carmel mission, it's beautiful up here. It's Carmel. And the other significance is Father Junipero Serra, who was the founder of all of the California missions, is buried up here. So I'm going to take a little tour of the place, and then afterwards we're going to go just around Carmel and see what we can see. Go check into our motel later, and then we'll probably work our way into Monterey, where we can get something to eat later on. So I'm glad. Welcome to the ride with us. Hi, Keeli.
Hi, Bruce.
What you doing?
I'm just exploring.
It's funny meeting you up here.
I know. Imagine that.
Gosh. Well, anyway, that's Keeli.
Where have you been all my life, Bruce?
I've been, the Beach Boys wrote a song about that, about 50 or 60 years ago, called God Only Knows. So, but isn't this beautiful?
It is gorgeous.
Up here, look at this tree. That's
the trees, the plants, everything. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, now that looks, I don't know what tree that is. That looks more like an olive tree.
Yeah, I agree.
And I've been pointing out cypress trees. In fact, there's one, you can see it back in there. But this is probably one of the most beautiful missions. It looks like one of the Padres. But in a little while, we're going to go into the main basilica and see the grave of Father Serra. And this looks like a big cypress tree here. Look at this.
Look at that. Look at the trunk. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. The cypress, you have kind of these flat leaf structures that kind of stick out a little bit. And it just reminds you that you're in central California near the coast. Okay, I correctly identified this as a cypress tree.
God, how old do you think that thing is, Bruce?
Oh, it's gotta be...
Holy moly.
You'd have to take a core sample, which I bet somebody has. I wouldn't know if I sit here and say, oh, it's at least 1,000 years old. Probably. I could be right, I could be wrong. Looks like there's another one over there. Here's one of the other courtyards here at the mission. here's another cypress. Yep, this is when you know, not only when you're in Central California along the coast, but when you see cypresses like this, it also tells you you're in Carmel. There's Keeli. Here's another courtyard. He's going inside. I don't know if that's like a... No, that looks like a... Okay, I was looking left. That looks like some kind of meeting room. Now here's a barbecue. Yeah, this is a barbecue that's real common at this part of California. You put your coals and your wood down on the bottom there, and you put your meat up here. It's all rusted. Now, I'm not sure. I believe the man that we were just talking to at Crespi Hall, really close to where we are, I believe, let's see, I don't want to stick, okay. This is a statue of Father Sarah. He said Father Sarah was about 5'2", and he was not a very tall man. But, you know, on this statue, he's a little shorter than I am, but he's on a pedestal. So that's a statue of Father Sarah. And this is the Sarah Memorial Prayer Garden. Father Sarah is a very significant character, or very significant in the history of California. Now, I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth, but the Europeans brought a lot of disease. When they were trying to Christianize the Native Americans, they brought a lot of disease in from Europe. And the Native Americans didn't have any defense for those diseases, especially diseases like smallpox. And there were a lot of decimation in the native population. This was sculpted. This is a wood sculpture. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Mary and Joseph and the baby, or the infant Jesus, Ms. Lenore Woolham's, while confined to a wheelchair. That's pretty amazing. That's a wood sculpture. And here's the purple flowers that Keeli mentioned. She mentioned that to me earlier, but it was far away, so the camera a lot of times doesn't pick that up. This is not the main plaza, but this is the plaza as you walk in to the Carmel mission. It looks like, I don't know what kind of tree that is. This is a really pretty garden and fountain area. And behind me is the main church here. There's the Mora Chapel Museum. But this is over here. This is the main church at the Carmel Mission. Now, inside that church, I just walked in there and walked back out. Inside that church is where Father Junipero Serra is buried. And I'm going to go in there and get up close to where he is. Here's another view of the plaza. It's just beautiful here. Here's a beautiful little garden area. I think these are hydrangeas. They do really nice in the shade and in the cool weather. Another place they do very well is in Ireland, probably England too. So this is the inside of the main chapel. Now I think straight ahead is where Father Serra is buried. So we're going to walk up there, take a look. That's the organ over there that Keeli is standing next to. And there's the pipes. There. That must look beautiful in here. I believe this is the museum in here. Probably not. They not only have a lot of church history, but they probably have a lot of early California history. And we're also looking for the gift store, the gift shop. This looks like it's an old, I don't know if it's an original cart. This is California's first library. I would imagine a lot of original manuscripts, probably Bibles. This is probably one of the original rooms. Looks like a kitchen. Boy, so any of the viewers here, if you ever collect cast iron, these probably very valuable, priceless to a cast iron collector. There's probably an oven where they baked bread. That looks like the original adobe walls, a table. This looks like, boy, I would like to sleep on that. But that's probably one of the, either a depiction of a bed or it's an original. I have to assume that a lot of the original things are probably in here behind glass. Okay, here's California's Plymouth Rock. This Cayano Serra oak tree, that's probably the oak that they landed on when they first came to this part of California. And here's, this is probably a map of all the old Spanish missions. Here's San Fernando Rey, 1797. That would be the first mission that maybe one of my classes ever went to. And this one is Mission San Carlos, Borromeo. Father Serra was the founder of the California missions. Okay, so we're headed back. There's, of course, the main chapel again, the courtyard. And we're headed back towards the bookstore or the gift store. But I think you have to go through the Mora Museum. Okay, so Keeli and I are now in, it doesn't look like it because that looks like a big apartment building, but we are in the downtown part of Monterey where all the ritzy stores are. I don't know if they have any t-shirt stores here or anything like that.
But we'll see and check it out.
Yeah, the Coachman's Inn.
Bruce was just telling me that this area is known for all the different style homes that they have, and I said, well, it's nice that they allow.
What was that you were saying about all the homes?
Yes,
Keeli?
Bruce. Here. Look at that. Is that amazing or what? Look at that. Is that cool? I was just saying that Bruce was saying that this area was known for all of the different styled homes architecturally. And I just said how nice it is that they let people and allow people to have homes with different style architecture and that they don't put restrictions on that. So that's all I wanted to say.
Nice, and then I cut you off.
Yes.
Okay.
But we redid it, so it's all good.
We redid it. Well, now here's a cool map. Whoops. Almost lost it there. This is a cool map on. It says Carmel by the sea. That's the, I guess, the main name. Now we're on, what street are we on? Ocean. Here's a neat painting. Bunch of sailboats. I remember my late sister and her husband came up here on their honeymoon, just kind of like Keeli and I are right now, and they went into one of these art galleries and bought a painting. I'm probably not supposed to be filming paintings or anything, but what they have in the windows are on public display. So as far as I know, you can film these if they're on public display. But also, as far as I know, you probably shouldn't be going into the store to film. Here's some of the periodicals. Oh, here's one that I don't see in Boulder too much. This is Monterey County Weekly. And there's a map, if they think I'm going to be copying anything. Oh, getting too much reflection. That's neat. So now we're on the corner, I guess, of San Carlos and 5th Street. That's where we are. And we're going to start working our way back. Probably, I don't know how much we want to stay here and look around, but it sure is neat. But there is a restaurant down here. Now, I'm not going to eat here, or we're not. I think we're going to try to go up to Monterey. You get something to eat up there. But it's a restaurant that's got historical significance around here. It's a special place. I actually ate here, up here in Carmel. Gosh, it must have been about 40 years ago.
Check out these plants.
Okay, hold on.
I can't get enough of these plants.
Oh, these succulents?
Aren't they cool?
Yes.
They don't even look real. They're real. They're so cool.
They're real, but they don't look real.
Right.
And of course, there's... Oh, that's more than a surf shop. Okay, yeah, you can actually go surfing up here. The water might be pretty cold. Almost Oh, you know what that is?
Is that lavender?
I think it could be.
Oh, it's lavender. Wow.
I'm sure it's, yeah, I guess it's
Yeah.
lavender. Rosemary?
Oh, rosemary.
It's rosemary. Thank you.
Okay, great on chicken. And potatoes.
Tri-tip too, but I don't eat meat anymore.
Well, great on potatoes too.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we're getting ourselves, look at all the succulents. Oh, I remember these. These are really common in Southern California. We used to have these in our backyard.
Dog alert.
These. Yeah. Oh. We got a doggy. And here's what I wanted to check out. The Hog's Breath Inn. Now this restaurant, I've actually eaten here about 40 years ago when on a trip up here. And this was founded by Clint Eastwood. Now, if you think I'm full of it, and I'm just saying that, here he is, right here, Dirty Harry. Then,
So what's on the menu, Bruce?
you just have to.
What are the prices
you
on
just
the
have
menu?
To. Oh, I'm sure they're.
Check it out.
I'm sure you're gonna pay Carmel
Oh, look,
prices
they even have
here.
a pooch menu.
Yeah,
Check
they
it
got
out.
Pooches. You can actually check the menu out online. But they got tacos, specialties, seafood,
Soups, tacos, burgers.
surf and turf. I don't know how much plant-based they have. And see, here's, I'm not, and again, we're not coming in here to eat anything. I just, look at that.
Look at, they even have a fireplace in there.
Yeah. There's Dirty Harry. Yeah, he used to own this. When I ate here last time, he owned it. And some people said, oh yeah, you could come in here, and if you came in here on off hours, you would probably see Clint Eastwood at the bar. Look at this. This is the main courtyard. Very Clint Eastwood-ish. Okay, so here's all the Clint Eastwood memorabilia. It's all of his movies. This is really cool because this is on the way to the restrooms. If it were at night or something, I would say, oh yeah, the movies even got more. It's a nice picture they got. Okay, and here's some more posters. Let's see, I don't know if that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's probably the good, the bad, and the ugly in Italian. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. Clint Eastwood, and it's got Jeff Bridges, George Kennedy. High Plains Drifter. I mean, these are just more modern day classics. There's this world famous squint. There's a really cool building here.
Looks like it belongs in Europe somewhere.
That's probably an old garage. Who knows? It's probably there's a Chase Bank. Yeah, they got a lot of boutiques here. Okay, so I think Keeli and I have seen just about enough of Carmel. We might get back to the car and maybe go driving along the seashore down that way. The traffic here is pretty heavy. And of course, I was here 40 years ago. I was in my 20s. And it was nothing. The traffic was, of course, you kind of expect that. It was nothing what you would expect it to be now. So, let's see, she's seeing something that looks interesting enough to photograph, maybe a pumpkin display. Well, here's the Stonehouse Terrace, the Treehouse Cafe. Look at these flowers here are just amazing. Wow, they're very vivid. Flower displays are always cool. They got the pasta palette in there. Yeah, these places here are just, there's the Coachman's. I don't know if that's a famous inn over there, but that's the Coachman's Inn. And we even got some Halloween displays. It's an antique store. Keeli and I left Carmel and we're walking towards the Monterey Bay Aquarium, but we're not going to go there. We're going to go into Cannery Row. We're in Monterey right now. So that's pretty cool. Eventually we're going to get something to eat. Now it is raining very lightly here. So I had to abruptly stop filming there because the rain is coming down. It's kind of sprinkling a little bit and I don't want to get my camera wet, get the lens wet or anything like that. So I don't know how much filming I'm going to do in here, but we are at Cannery Row in Monterey. Now I'm okay here because I'm standing under a tree and the ground is really dry here. And I don't know, we're gonna get some dinner here. We just don't know where we're going. There's Steinbeck Plaza. And I haven't been here. It's been like a few decades. And boy, it's really built up here. It's really, and it's a tourist trap. We know that. But it's cool, it's all right. I like tourist traps. There's the Pacific Ocean. Actually, it looks beautiful today. Oh, there's the fish hopper. Nice. Yeah, and I was just telling Keeli, this reminds me probably of what we're gonna see tomorrow. That's Monterey Bay. All in there, and the Monterey Bay Aquarium is nearby. Oh, this is cool.
It's no quarter that means what conspired to plunder his treasure. But I'll wait till that won't change your mind. There be treasure fever in your eyes.
Oh, it's Treasure Hunt the Ride.
Before, and there be but one cure. Pay the gate gatekeeper his golden roots, and gather a crew to search the caverns below for Bashar's hidden treasure.
So this looks like it's actually a ride.
Your weapons close at hand.
So here's our view. There's my view. That's Keeli.
Hi.
Hi. There's our view. We're at Bubba Gum. I've never eaten here, but we had this garlic bread that was really good. This is the view. This is the view out the window. And as you can see, it's overcast, but it looks pretty cool. The waves are crashing. We can hear the waves crashing underneath because we're on a pier. Huh? Monterey. We're at Cannery Row in Monterey. As I've said in previous videos. So. Let's see, that's Cannery Row in Prescott. So we're on Cannery Row. I guess it's just called Cannery Row, not street or whatever. But this is Cannery Row. That's Keeli Row in Monterey Canning Company, and there's the Clement. There's the Pebble Beach outlet. And then there's Clement. I'm just looking up. Linguini's, pasta, seafood, and pizza. Oh. Louis Linguini's, but guess what's over here?
Check out the menu first.
No. I don't want to check out the menu. Look
Bruce
at this.
is super focused.
Girardelli's. We might or might not go by Girardelli Square tomorrow. So here's all the chocolate flavors that Girardelli has. They got sea salt caramel, regular, I don't know, caramel waffle cone, sea salt squares, I guess, milk chocolate and caramel, white chocolate, peppermint. They got all kinds. Oh, there's their classic milk chocolate. I love Girardelli chocolate, but boy, is that decadent. And then they even got seasonal things. I think some of the others were for Christmas, but they got pumpkin spice. These are probably regular flavors, but in pumpkin form. Like these mugs that they have. Girardelli chocolate. That one's in red, that one's in navy blue, and that one's in yellow. Now, for just putting your morning coffee in, they're kind of big. I don't really like mugs, and I don't have a lot of suitcase space left for bringing things back to Denver, so I'll probably pass on this. Besides that, these mugs, just another rabbit hole to go down. There's a San Francisco cable car. That's cool. Oh, here's Powell and Hyde. There's another cable car. That's a cable car ornament with little Girardelli squares in them. Oh, look at all the gulls.
Wow, look at that.
They all sit on the roof over there, and one of them gets up and starts flying, and they all get up. It's like a collective.
Holy, look at that.
Look at all the gulls. Now they're probably gonna all come back and settle back on the rub. And then you probably get a couple of them that'll start flying around, and they all gotta get up and fly around. It's like collective exercise. Pretty good. Mother Nature does a pretty good job, and that's the fish hopper. They were expensive. They were probably pretty good, but they... Oh, we had, by the way, at Bubba Gump, we had the clam chowder that was really good. We really enjoyed that. Oh, I think I said that on a previous clip. That we had clam chowder and garlic bread. Okay, so we're kind of at the west, or the east end of Cannery Row, and here's the Bear Flag building, 1929. But I think we're gonna start slowly making our way back to the car. Maybe going a few. There's the Cannery Row company. Not really sure if that's really a tunnel or not. Well, that would be kind of cool to have, I don't know, have a place to live up there with windows that you could look out. Maybe not. But yeah, we just, we're in here. Ghirardelli tomorrow will probably be at the real Ghirardelli Square. The Monterey Canning Company building. And yeah, this really used to be. There's the sign for Bubba Gump Trip Company. There's first time for everything.